Thought we'd start off the program today talking about osteoporosis. Yesterday, a study was published in the journal, what is the name of the journal? Psychosomatic Medicine. The article in the journal showed that women aged 60 to 70 who are satisfied or happy with how their lives are showing up have higher bone density and suffer less osteoporosis than their unsatisfied peers. This is kind of interesting as it points to the potential for non-medical, non-Obamacare, non-insurance company, non-pharmaceutical, and non-doctor strategies for addressing and preventing the negative health challenges, whatever they may be, and including osteoporosis. Now, leaving aside these kinds of emotional strategies, which are important, mental and emotional strategies certainly play a role in health and wellness, leaving these aside for a moment, when it comes to osteoporosis, there's a lot we can do from a nutritional standpoint to keep our bones strong and resilient throughout our lives, and especially as we get older. Technically speaking, bones are a type of connective tissue, which makes sense as the bones connect things. And all connective tissue is made up of similar stuff, whether it's the connective tissue that's in the skin, or the connective tissue that's in the blood vessels, or the connective tissue that's in the bone. Bone is a specialized connective tissue. It's a hard connective tissue. It's almost like a rock. It's a living rock. And this connective tissue that's like a living rock is said to be mineralized connective tissue, and thus the importance of minerals for keeping your bones healthy and strong. We have a special name for this mineralized rock-like connective tissue. That's what we call bone. And osteoporosis is a connective tissue disease that has a lot to do with mineral intake, including, as most people know, calcium intake. But osteoporosis is not really a calcium disease. You can't just take calcium to take care of your osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is a cell disease. It's a disease of bone cells. Remember, all disease is cell disease. In the case of osteoporosis, you're dealing with bone cell disease, which means if you want to address osteoporosis, you have to address the bone cell. This is true about all degenerative diseases. If you want to address a degenerative disease, no matter what it is, you got to address the cell. And this is where the Mighty 90 comes in. The Mighty 90 essential nutrients are essential. That means you absolutely have to have them. They're essential because they feed and they nourish the cells. Without healthy cells, you can't have a healthy body, and without healthy bone cells, you can't have healthy bones. Anything that feeds the cells, specifically the cells that make connective tissue, is going to be helpful for degenerative connective tissue disease. And there's lots of degenerative connective tissue diseases. According to WebMD, there's over 200. Polio, scleroderma, arthritis, Sjogren's syndrome, lupus, vasculitis, cellulitis. These are all examples of connective tissue diseases, and these are all examples of health issues that can benefit from getting on the Mighty 90 essential nutrients. And not just the Mighty 90 essential nutrients, but also digestive support nutrients. In fact, between digestive support nutrients and the Mighty 90, which you'll get in the Healthy Start Pack, you've got a powerful protocol for preventing or reducing the symptoms associated with connective tissue disease, including all connective tissue diseases, including osteoporosis. You also want to make sure that you're using collagen building strategies. One of the best collagen building strategies is to eat collagen, and one of the best sources of edible collagen is a substance that women all over the world have known about for centuries. It's because this stuff that I'm going to tell you about here in a second has been well known for helping prevent wrinkles, which is a type of connective tissue disorder. What I'm talking about is plain old gelatin, which is nothing more than a form of processed collagen. Now, if you're a vegetarian, you're obviously not going to be able to take advantage of this powerful source of nutrition. But if you're not, given the inexpensive and multifunctional and multi-beneficial nature of gelatin, you'd be wise to be getting a little bit every day. And, of course, the Longevity Pig Pack and the Glucogel caps will get you gelatin, and you'll get extra benefits from the glucosamine and the manganese, which are in the Glucogel caps. They will all work synergistically with the gelatin for helping build connective tissue. You can also get gelatin from bone soup. In fact, this is one of the most important benefits of making bone soup. The collagen/gelatin in bones in your bone soup requires a little bit of acid, so when you're making your bone soup, put a little apple cider vinegar in there, or a little lemon or lime in your broth while you're cooking it. You can also throw in some tomatoes. Those are acidic as well. That'll help the collagen and the connective tissue substances dissolve out of the cartilage into the soup. There's so many benefits to gelatin. The gelatin that you get in the Glucogel caps or in bone soup, it's hard to know where to begin. Gelatin is a source of amino acids, pretty much all of them. It's basically pure amino acids. The most abundant amino acid in gelatin is something called glycine, which is one of the most underappreciated amino acids of all. It's a very teeny tiny amino acid. not essential, but it's a good idea to get it in your diet. And glycine is a very important component of collagen. It's not essential, as I say, in the sense that your body can make it, but you can think about it as conditionally essential, which means that even though you don't absolutely 100% positively have to get glycine in your diet, it'd be a pretty smart idea. You'd be pretty smart to get a little bit anyway, and of course you'll get the glycine in your glucogel caps. Long story short, if you have osteoporosis, if you have a degenerative disease, if you have some kind of connective tissue problem, it's not a doctor issue. It's a lifestyle issue, and chief among your lifestyle strategies is to get yourself on a good nutritional supplement program like the one designed by Dr. Wallach and all the folks at Longevity. I'm talking Healthy Start Pack and Mighty 90 Essential Nutrients. All right. We're going to take a break and come back with more good health information. Our number today, 831-685-1080, or toll-free, 888-379-2552. I'm Pharmacist Ben, sitting in for Dr. Wallach today. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. We'll be back right after this.
I wanted to talk about these. Remember a couple of years ago, the FDA outlawed these BPAs, or Bisphenol A, and it's a chemical compound that is found in a lot of plastics. They actually banned its use in baby bottles because it caused developmental issues as like obesity and cancer and childhood anxiety, as well as hyperactivity. Well, they found that the replacement chemical, Bisphenol S, at least in a study with fish, it caused problems with the fish's the embryo's development. And they say this was published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, and it was done at the University of Calgary. And they said that in the study, they subjected the fish to the same levels of both chemicals that were found in Alberta's Bow and Old Man rivers, and found that both BPA and BPS caused changes in the brain development of zebrafish embryos, according to one of the lead researchers, Deborah Kurash. She's from the Cummings School of Medicine, says, I was actually very surprised at our results. This was a very, very, very low dose, right, so I don't think using a dose this low. I didn't think using this a dose this low would have any effect. And of course, they go on to say that the FDA did ban it from use in baby bottles back in 2012. And they said there's not enough evidence for a widespread ban, and found that the chemical was safe at very low levels.
Baloney. Horse hockey.
According to the American Chemistry Council, the trade association, they say the study may overstate the effect of BPA on humans. According to Stephen Hedges, from the Council's polycarbonate and BPA Global Group, he says the evidence of this limited study on zebrafish to human health, as asserted by the authors, is not at all clear. The study examines the effects of relatively high concentrations of BPA on zebrafish embryos in water. Interestingly, earlier in the story here, it says that they just used the same levels that they found in the rivers around the area. So apparently the rivers have pretty high levels.
Yeah. Speaking of water pollution, there was a study that came out a couple of weeks ago about metformin in the lakes. Metformin, the diabetes drug, is now poisoning fish, apparently. This is a big problem, Douglas. When we produce these toxic wastes, and by the way, Bisphenol A is an estrogen mimicker. Estrogen is an extremely powerful hormone that is active in tiny quantities. So whoever that was talking about how the quantities are too small to make a difference doesn't know what they're talking about.
Well, it's a guy from the industry that's going to be affected by it.
Well, yeah, exactly. And estrogen and Bisphenol A accomplishes its toxic effects because it mimics the hormone estrogen. When I was compounding estrogen creams in the pharmacy, which I used to have to do, we used to use the tiniest quantities of estrogen in order to get effect. So you don't need a lot of estrogen. You don't need a lot of estrogen mimicry in order to get these kind of toxic side effects.
All right.
By the way, you forgot to mention two of the most important toxic side effects associated with Bisphenol A and estrogen, and that is, one, it makes us fat, and two, it makes us infertile. So you can add to the list of toxicities like sluggishness and fatigue and depression and brain development problems and gender issues. You can add to the list obesity and infertility as well. And that's Bisphenol A or Bisphenol S or any estrogen mimicking chemicals, and there are lots of them. But you know what? there are nutritional supplements that you can use to protect yourself from this estrogen toxicity or the estrogen mimicking toxicity of bisphenol A or bisphenol S or bisphenol Q, RST, UV, W, X, Y, or Z. Whatever bisphenol or estrogen mimicker you're dealing with, there are nutritional strategies that you can use to protect yourself, and I'll tell you about a couple of those when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program on the ZBS Radio Network. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. We got lines open for you. Also, 888-379-2552 toll free. We're coming back right after this timeout. Don't go away. So bisphenol A and bisphenol S, for that matter, are derivatives, or not derivatives, mimics of the hormone estrogen, which, as you may or may not know, is not such a nice hormone. I mean, yes, it's obviously important as a hormone, but it's also associated with stress and blood clotting and obesity and infertility and anxiety issues, a whole bunch of problems associated with excess estrogen. And the last thing we need to do is be incorporating it into our lifestyle through plastics and bottles and bisphenol A, etc. So what do? Well, first of all, aside from avoiding these things, you want to use supplements that can help protect your body from excess estrogen. And one of the neatest supplements that nobody ever talks about for protecting yourself from estrogen is something called betaine, B-E-T-A-I-N-E. Now, where have we heard that before, Douglas? Betaine, B-E-T-A-I-N-E. Ring a bell?
Yeah, a little bit.
Ultimate enzymes, a source of betaine, betaine HCl. Now, we talk about the ultimate enzymes all the time. Obviously, they're for digestive enzymes, so they're going to help you digest your food. But it turns out that the betaine is super important for the liver, and it's super important for helping your body process estrogen. So above and beyond the digestive support benefits that you're going to get from the ultimate enzymes, you can also get estrogen metabolism benefits. And that doesn't just mean that it's going to protect you from some of the untoward effects associated with bisphenol A, but it also means it's going to improve non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which affects 30% of Americans, and it's going to improve how you process estrogen. So important. Not just for dealing with bisphenol A and bisphenol S, but if you're going through menopausal issues, or you have something called estrogen dominance syndrome, or you're on birth control pills, which can be a source of estrogen, or even if you're just drinking the water, tap water, which can be a source of estrogen. Fish can be a source of estrogen, and dairy can be a source of estrogen. So using your ultimate enzymes, your ultimate digestive enzymes, not just for your digestive system, but also to protect your liver and to support estrogen metabolism, is a great idea for all of us. And this underscores and highlights the importance of getting on a good nutritional supplement program. Doug, does it make you as angry as it makes me to hear people say that you don't need supplements, that you could just get everything that you need from the 4 food groups?
Yeah, and you can get all the calcium you need from dairy products.
From milk, right?
Yeah.
From milk. And you can protect yourself from
They don't bother
bisphenol A.
to tell you that the calcium that's in dairy products is
Unavailable?
or vitamin D it's D2, it's not D3.
And the calcium is tied up by phosphorus too. So you got to get on a supplement program. For the life of me, I can't figure out what the resistance is that people have, and not all people, of course, and probably not most people listening to this program. But a lot of folks are just resistant to getting on a supplement program. And I'll tell you what, if you had to pick one single lifestyle strategy, something that you could add to your daily program or daily regimen to improve your health, yeah, exercise is important. Yeah, your diet is important, of course, too. Having some kind of spiritual dimension active in your life is important. Mental and emotional strategies are important. But nothing is more important than getting on a good nutritional supplement program. And you know what? We've made it so easy for you to do that. The Healthy Start Pack will cost you about $2 or $3 a day, the cost of a hamburger and a Coke for most people every day. And it's your guarantee, your best insurance policy, your best assurance that you're getting your mighty 90 essential nutrients. And there's flat out no way that you're going to be able to access your God-given ability to heal, to recover, to be healthy, to be well, to be able to explore planet Earth and our 90 to 100 year allotment of life without the mighty 90 essential nutrients. All right, if you got a health challenge, we can help you. If you have a friend who has a health challenge, we can help you. If you've got questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, the longevity products, we can help you. If you've got a success story you want to share, we want to hear from you. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number, 888-379-2552, 888-379-2552, toll free. Got a line open for you. We're taking your phone calls when we come back from this break. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program on the ZBS Radio Network. I I say it's time to hit the phones. What do you think, Doug?
I say you are right. Let's head to Torrance, California. And Elizabeth, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hola, Elizabeth. What's going on?
Thank you so much.
How you doing today?
Well, I'm doing well, praise God. My doctor believes that I am borderline diabetic.
Okay.
And I also have a history of asthma.
Okay.
Varicose veins.
Ooh.
And when I go vegan, I have tooth decay.
You got a bunch of stuff going on there. Sounds like the body's starting to give way here, my dear. First of all, always, when you got long, chronic degenerative problems, and especially if they're happening in different parts of your body, and you also got blood sugar issues, the first thing you want to do is focus on digestive health and wellness. I'm going to give you some supplements here in a second, but if you got leaky gut, stuff is going to get into your blood, and it's going to toxins from food and particles of food are going to get into the blood. And it's going to make it much more difficult to address these degenerative health issues, and it's also going to make it much more difficult for you to absorb nutrients. Some of these supplements that I'm going to give you here in a second. So first and foremost, let's get you on the Fucoidan Z. That'll help patch up your gut very effectively and also improve your circulatory system. And one of the hidden benefits of Fucoidan Z is it'll help you stabilize your blood sugar, and it has anti-obesity or anti-weight gain benefits. So using the Fucoidan Z as a kind of multifunctional strategy, I'd be getting on 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night. And in addition to that, you'd probably be wise to use the Biolumin Nightly Essence Probiotics, my absolute all-time favorite probiotic supplement. It's not only a great source of probiotics, by the way, but it also has enzymes in there as well, and that'll help you with your varicose veins, which are a circulatory issue. It'll also help you with your digestion, of course, too. So 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night on that one as well. And then we get into the Healthy Start Pack, and that would be super smart for you to do, especially the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. The B vitamins will help you with your sugar, and it'll also help you with some of the degenerative problems that you're experiencing. The essential fatty acids are super important for the vascular condition, for your varicose vein issue, and it's just a good all-around supplement, and it's part of the Mighty 90 essential nutrients. And then, of course, the Beyond Osteo FX, that's got your magnesium, and it has your calcium in there as well. So the Healthy Start Pack, the Biolumin Nightly Essence, and the Fucoidan Z. And then if you were smart, and you sound smart, you should probably throw in the chromium and vanadium from the Sweet Ease, and that's a wonderful product for anybody who's dealing with blood sugar issues, and that means pretty much all of us, because as we get older, that's one of the first things that starts to break down in the body, how our body processes sugar. So you got lots of good stuff there, ma'am, and you should notice results pretty darn quickly, especially with the Biolumin Nightly Essence and the Fucoidan Z, of course the Healthy Start Pack, and then also the Sweeties. And thanks for calling, appreciate it. And who's next on the line, Doug?
Actually, before we move on, I also want to tell Elizabeth that she might consider getting on a gluten-free diet, because a lot of times people that have asthma, that is one of the hallmark signs of that you have a gluten intolerance. So
smart idea. Yeah, in addition to patching
all the wheat, barley, rye, and oats.
And in addition to patching up the gut, and you're right, Douglas, it's not just wheat. A lot of people think it's just wheat with the gluten. It's not. And by the way, it's not just gluten either. There's lots of stuff that's in grains that can create a problem if you're dealing with an immune condition like asthma. And so the Healthy Start Pack, the digestive strategies, and also the Sweeties, and then, as Doug says, making sure that you're staying away from gluten. Thanks for pointing that out. Okay, who's next, Doug?
Well, let's head to Torrance, California, or actually we were in Torrance. Let's head to Northern California, and Angel, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Angel.
Hi.
Hi.
Can't wait to tell everyone I have a nutritional pharmacist.
Say that again, ma'am. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh, just saying I can't wait to tell everyone I have a nutritional pharmacist.
I am your nutritional pharmacist.
Yes,
I'm
you
your
are.
personal nutritional pharmacist. Have you and I talked before?
No, it's my first time. I just signed up with longevity. Longevity. I'm
Nice.
a new rep. And I have a friend that has been suffering with cluster headaches, and I want to find out.
We can help you with that for sure, but we've got to take a break, Angel, so hang tight. We'll definitely talk about cluster headaches. They're easy to deal with, and you're probably going to know what I'm going to say, but hang tight, and we'll get to your call when we come back from our break. Thanks. Okay, we got a commercial break to take, and we'll be back with your phone calls, 831-685-1080, and then 888-379-2552. Toll-free is our number. I'm Pharmacist Ben, along with Doug Winfrey. We'll be back right after this. Okay, we are back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. I'm Pharmacist Ben, and we're in Northern California with Angel. You there, ma'am?
Hi, yes.
Hi there. Okay, so first thing you want to think about with cluster headaches, and that's an absolutely miserable condition. Oh, it's just, I've never had them, but I've seen people with them, and it's just agonizing. The first thing you want to think about is an immune or a defensive response. That means something has gotten into the body and is activating the defense department, the defensive system. And one of the things that happens when the defense department is activated is there's changes in how blood flows, especially in the brain. And when there's changes in blood flow in the brain, that can lead to pain, inflammation, and ultimately to migraine and cluster headaches. So what you got to do is you got to focus on what is getting into the body that's activating this defensive response. And you can do this there's a couple ways that you can do this. Number one is, as Doug pointed out with our last caller, look to gluten or substances like gluten in foods. If she can link her cluster headaches up to foods, that can go a long way towards eliminating those symptoms. Secondly, or simultaneously, I should say, patching up the gut using the Z-radical or the Fucoidan Z, if you like. The Z-radicals, the Fucoidan Z is a little bit more effective, or a little bit more bang for your buck. 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night, using the probiotic Biolumin Nightly Essence. 3 capsules morning, 3 capsules at night. The ultimate enzymes can help as well. And a little apple cider vinegar after your meals can be an important strategy too. Another thing to do is help protect the body against excess estrogen. Estrogen can be a stimulator of the immune response or the defensive response, and can be associated with cluster headaches. A lot of women will notice they get migraines or cluster headaches right before they have their periods, or sometime associated with the menstrual cycle. So protecting the body from estrogen can be important. You can use the ultimate enzymes in this regard. You can use the ultimate EFAs. Those can be protective as well. And making sure you're getting enough fiber is one of the best all-time anti-estrogen or estrogen protective strategies. That's because estrogen is attached to fiber, and then the body will excrete the fiber out of the body. So making sure you're getting enough fiber through vegetables is important. You can use vegetable juices as long as you're making sure that you're getting the fiber. You might want to throw in the Women's FX, which has some estrogen balancing properties as well. Magnesium is super important for relaxing things, and that can be helpful for cluster headaches. You'll get magnesium in the Beyond Osteo FX. And then selenium, the ultimate selenium, maybe 400 micrograms a day, also has anti-estrogen properties, and it's just a good all-around supplement. And last but most certainly not least, the ultimate daily may be helpful for you as well. Anything else, Angel?
Made a note for that. Yeah. You know what? My husband wanted me to ask you about the tinnitus that I've had for years and years and years. He's pretty convinced that it's going to go away being on these products.
It could easily.
Anything else to add?
Well, yeah, a couple of things. First of all, tinnitus may involve the digestive system. If you know you have some digestive problems, see if you can associate bowel movement issues, gas, bloating, that kind of thing with foods, and then eliminate those foods. Do all the things we just talked about for supporting your digestive system. And then there may be a relationship between brain nerves in the brain. They're called cranial nerves, and tinnitus. Dr. Wallach talks about osteoporosis of the brain really being involved in tinnitus. And so using all the osteoporosis strategies like the healthy bone pack, and then Doc talks about a quarter teaspoon of the CM cream. Is it CM cream or the CM powder, Douglas?
CM cream.
The CM cream right in the ear canal. Dr. Wallach talks about that. That's got anti-inflammatory properties. So it's almost like an arthritis remedy, but for the inner ear.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Now, can I just ask you one last
thing?
Angel. The tangerine, I don't have a sweet tooth. I've had a pretty healthy diet for years, but it's so sweet I can barely tolerate it.
Dilute it.
Okay, yeah, I do.
You don't need to do, are you trying to do 2 scoops?
Well, that didn't last long. No, that lasted one sip one time.
No, if you don't
I went down to one. Then I went down to. I'm just at a half a scoop, and I have it pretty diluted.
Still too sweet?
It's still, yeah.
Put a little lemon juice in there.
Oh, good. I thought about that this morning. That's so funny that you should say that. Yeah.
It'll taste delicious with a little bit of lemon juice, and then you don't absolutely have to do 2 scoops all at once. If you can't handle the taste, it's not a reason not to do it at all. Just dilute it and then drink more of it. Put more water in there and drink more of it. But the lemon juice is a good idea also, or lime juice.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. Okay. Well, great. Thank you so much. I look forward to
Angel.
Being with you again. All right.
Same. Bye-bye. Okay, who's next on the line, Doug?
Well, let's head to Louisiana. And Connie, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Connie.
Hi, it's Connie. Hi. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
I actually have 2 questions. The first one is about my mom.
Okay, can you speak into the mic, Connie? Connie, speak into the mic. I'm having a hard time hearing you, ma'am.
Okay. She's 85. She's 125 pounds. The doctor have her on high blood pressure medicine, cholesterol medicine.
Oh, geez.
She's hypothyroid. Actually, they took her thyroid out about 20 years ago.
They took her thyroid out, did you say?
Yes, they removed her thyroid.
So she has no thyroid, the whole thing.
So she's on thyroid medication.
Oh, geez.
She had a problem with stomach acid, so they put her on medication for that.
So you want? I don't need any more of the grim details. You're breaking my heart here. So here's what we need to do, okay? First and foremost, we got to take care. We got to figure out what's going on in her digestive system. That all this stuff is getting into her system, and that means. And I don't know if it's going to be hard for you to do, but you're going to have to see if she has problems with certain foods, and then eliminate those foods. That's always the first step to take, especially when somebody has this many problems going on. The second thing is, as soon as possible, ma'am, get her on the Healthy Start Pack and the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Make sure she's sipping on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine as slowly as you can. I cannot stress to you how important it is that she does this immediately. This poor woman has been broken down for decades, and it's a testimony to the life force that you even have your mom around with all this medication and the surgery and all the things that are going on in her body. She's probably been starving of nutrition for decades. As soon as you get her on the Healthy Start Pack, you're going to notice results, especially the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. And this is one of the neatest things about supplements and about the human body in general. The more deficient we are in nutrition, the faster the body will turn it around. And nothing will get nutrients in the body faster than nutritional supplementation, especially in a liquid form like the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. So first, figure out what kind of foods she's having a problem with, and then eliminate those foods. Secondly, get her on the Healthy Start Pack today. I wouldn't even wait a minute. As soon as you get off the phone, call Longevity or talk to your Longevity rep and get her on that Healthy Start Pack. Make sure, though, she's sipping on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. If you want to throw a couple more things in there, get her on this Fucoidan Z. Fucoidan Z capsules, that's kind of like an all-around nutritional supplement. I'd be doing 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night. And if you want to throw a couple more things in there, it's probably a good idea to get her on the Ultimate Daily, which is a multiple vitamin that will cover all her bases, all her nutritional bases, and then also the Biolumin Nightly Essence. Last but not least, it's very important that she relaxes the body. Her body is under great distress, especially without a thyroid. Without a thyroid, her stress glands are doing most of her energy work, and that could put a major burden on the body. So anything she can do to relax her body, relax the muscles, deep breathing techniques. If she can do hot baths or hot showers, that's great. Massages could be great. Even just sitting on the couch and practicing slow, deep breathing can help protect and help support her adrenal glands, her stress glands, which are doing all the work in her body, all the energy work in her body without a thyroid. So lots of stuff you could do there. The good news is, the bad news is she's in bad shape, but the good news is you can turn this around, or at least begin to turn this around pretty darn quickly. Focus on digestive health. Use the Biolumin Nightly Essence, eliminate problem foods, get her on that Healthy Start Pack and have her sipping on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, and then use relaxation techniques, chief among is sitting on the couch and practicing slow, I emphasize the word slow, deep, emphasizing the word deep, breathing, and then maybe hot water, what I call immersion therapy, using hot water, baths and showers, etc. That can have a nice calming effect on the body. Thanks for calling, Connie. Appreciate it. Hope we helped you out, and God bless you with your mother. Okay, can we get one more in, Doug?
We're just at break time.
All right, we're just at break time. I really want to emphasize that, Douglas, to the listeners. The sicker we are, the more broken down our bodies are, the faster we'll turn it around. This is the great gift of the human body. That's why people, if they need to lose a lot of weight, if they're 100 pounds or 150 pounds overweight, they'll notice that they lose the first 50 pounds really quickly. And the same is true if you're nutritionally deficient. As soon as you get on a supplement program, as soon as you start sipping on your Beyond Tangy Tangerine, it's almost like when a flower hasn't been watered or plants haven't been watered for a week. As soon as you put the water in the plants, they're going to start to respond almost right before your eyes. And the same is true about the body when you get it on a good nutritional supplement program. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. We're going to take a break and come back with more good health information and your phone calls. 831-685-1080. is our priority line number, 888-379-2552, toll free. We'll be back right after this. Okay, we are back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. Got one more segment to talk to you, 831-685-1080 or 888-379-2552, toll free. I'm Pharmacist Ben, sitting in for Doc today, along with Doug Winfrey. And who's next on the line, Douglas?
All right, let's head to Texas and Scott.
Hey, Scott.
Yes, Yes, I have a woman I'm calling for that's 115 pounds, and she's had chronic depression, anxiety attacks, insomnia, paranoia.
Okay.
And she's taking an antidepressant and a sleeping pill.
Okay,
and,
well, you want some help with that?
Yeah, I want to find out how she can get off those medications.
Okay, first and foremost, Healthy Start Pack is a must-have. When you have anxiety issues, your body is in this hyped-up mode, and you're burning through nutrition, especially electrical nutrients like the B vitamins and the electrolytes, potassium and calcium, magnesium, etc. So making sure she's on the Healthy Start Pack is an absolute must to replace those nutrients that she's probably burning through, especially if she hasn't been on a supplement program. Second thing you want to do is start to stabilize the blood sugar. Nothing will trigger mental health issues faster than unstable blood sugar, except for one thing, which I'll tell you about here in a second. So that means getting on the chromium and vanadium and the Sweeties product, which is a wonderful way to stabilize the blood sugar. You might want to try the Slender FX, which will also have a blood sugar stabilizing effect. The third thing, or the next thing you want to do, is make sure she's avoiding anything that triggers a digestive response. Gluten is a problem in grains, and we talk about that all the time, but there's other substances in grains that can induce anxiety, specifically a class of compounds called lectins. There's one particularly bad lectin called WGA, and without getting into the specifics on WGA can be a big precipitator of mental health issues, including anxiety. There's a really neat book called The GAPS Diet that talks all about the relationship between the digestive tract and mental health issues. That might be something that you want to look at. Restricting her intake of any kind of foods that mess up her digestive system, and also spike blood sugar for that matter, is also important. And then probiotics like the Biolumin Nightly Essence can also be helpful. As far as relaxing goes, and that's the anxiety issues and the mental health issues can be the result of a hyped up biochemistry. As far as relaxing supplements go, nothing is more relaxing than plain old magnesium, and you'll get that in the Beyond OsteoFX. Lithium also has some nice relaxing properties, and you'll get that in the Healthy Start Pack. You also might want to throw in the Ultimate Minerals as well. I think that's what that's called, Douglas. Is that right? The Ultimate Mineral Drink? That's got some extra lithium in there too. And then if you want to throw in a couple other things, the Ultimate Daily would be helpful for her, and the Fucoidan Z, 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night. Last but most certainly not least, one of my favorite strategies for helping relax the body, calm the body down if you're dealing with bipolar issues or anxiety issues or any kind of mental health issues, is plain old deep breathing. This is so important, you guys. Do not marginalize how effective something as simple as deep breathing can be. It activates the relaxation nervous system. It calms the body down. It oxygenates the blood, makes sure all the cells are healthy. It reduces your risks of degenerative diseases and heart disease and cancer as well. Sit on the couch, slowly inhaling. I emphasize the word slowly inhaling through the nose, slowly exhaling back out through the nose, maybe 15 seconds on the inhale, if you can do that, and maybe 16 or 17 seconds on the exhale. The exhale is always more important for relaxation than the inhale, so you always want to exhale a little bit more than the inhale. Focus on the digestive system, stabilize the blood sugar, make sure she's on the Healthy Start Pack, and practice your slow, deep breathing techniques. Thanks for your call. Appreciate it. Hope we helped you out, and let's see if we can get one more call in before we go.
We're about 30 seconds away here.
That's it? Okay.
That's it.
That's all the time we have for today. If we left you on hold, I apologize, but we'll be back at you tomorrow on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. So call us first thing and tell our call screener we left you on hold, and we'll get you first up. That's all the time we have for today. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for listening, folks. Hey, if you're on the fence about a good nutritional supplement program, give it a shot. Call your longevity rep today. You'll find out what we're talking about when we talk about how important a good nutritional supplement program is, especially if you've never been on a supplement program. This is the great gift of the human body. The more deficient you are, the faster you will absorb those nutrients, and that's especially true with liquid nutrients like the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, which forms the core of what we call the Healthy Start Pack. And if you want to start a longevity business and help spread the word about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program, we can help you with that too. Call Longevity or call your longevity rep and tell them you want to join the team. That's all the time we have for today. For Doug Winfrey and Doc Wallach and all the folks at the ZBS Radio Network, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Have yourselves a wonderful, spectacular, awesome day. We'll talk to you all later, folks. Bye for now.